Start with a powerful, cinematic opening in the annals of history. Few names command as much respect and awe as Umar Ibn Al-Khattab. He was a man of towering strength, a beacon of justice, and a leader whose faith transformed the world. This is the story of Al-Farooq, the one who distinguished truth from falsehood, the second great Caliph of Islam, and a man promised paradise. His journey from being a fierce opponent of Islam to its most devoted champion is one of the most inspiring tales ever told. Before Islam, in the bustling city of Mecca, Umar was a force to be reckoned with. A member of the noble Quraysh tribe, he was known for his formidable physical strength, his sharp intellect, and his powerful oratory. He was a man of influence and authority, deeply rooted in the traditions of his ancestors. When the message of Islam first emerged through the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Umar saw it as a threat. He believed this new faith would shatter the unity of his people, and he resolved to stamp it out with all his might. His opposition was fierce, his temper feared. He was, without a doubt, one of Islam's most formidable enemies. But destiny had a different plan. One fateful day, consumed by rage, Umar drew his sword and set out with a chilling intention to end the life of the Prophet Muhammad himself. On his way, he was intercepted and told that the faith he so despised had already entered his own home. His sister, Fatima, and her husband had embraced Islam. Blinded by fury, he stormed into their house. The sounds he heard were not of rebellion, but of recitation. They were reading the Qur'an, the sacred words of Surah Taha. He snatched the pages, but the divine melody had already begun its work. As he read the verses, something shifted within him. The words, beautiful and profound, pierced through his anger and settled deep within his heart. The hardened warrior trembled. The man who had come to destroy Islam fell completely and utterly in love with it. He went directly to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and in front of everyone declared the Shahada. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is his messenger. This single moment didn't just change Umar's life. It changed the course of Islamic history forever. With Umar's conversion, a new dawn broke for the Muslims. Before him, many practiced their faith in secret, fearing persecution. But Umar was not a man to hide. He declared his Islam openly and boldly. He challenged the Quraysh, marching with the believers to the Kaaba to pray in plain sight. For the first time, the Muslims could worship Allah publicly without fear. His courage gave strength to the entire community. The Lion of Quraysh had become the Lion of Islam. Umar became an unwavering pillar of support for the Prophet Muhammad. He stood by his side through every battle, offered his counsel in every decision, and shared every hardship. His unparalleled ability to discern right from wrong, to see the truth clearly in the most complex situations, earned him the revered title Al-Farooq. He was a loyal companion, a trusted advisor, and a devoted friend. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, passed away, Umar was shattered by a grief so immense he couldn't accept the news. He stood before the people, proclaiming that the messenger of God could not die. It was his dear friend, Abu Bakr, who gently reminded him and everyone with the timeless words of the Qur'an, Muhammad is but a messenger. Messengers have passed away before him. This profound reminder brought Umar back to reality, grounding him in the eternal truth that only Allah is ever living. Following the caliphate of Abu Bakr, Umar was chosen as the second caliph. His 10-year rule is hailed as a golden age of justice, expansion, and governance. Under his visionary leadership, the message of Islam spread far beyond Arabia, reaching the lands of Persia, Syria, Egypt, and the historic city of Jerusalem. But his focus wasn't just on expansion, it was on building a just and compassionate society. He established a revolutionary system of justice, ensuring fairness for all. He created the first public treasury, or Bayt el-Mal, and introduced welfare programs and stipends for the poor, the elderly, and the orphaned, ensuring no one in the rapidly growing state was left behind. New cities were founded, roads were built, and the entire structure of governance was organized and strengthened. His leadership was a perfect balance of strength against tyranny and tender mercy towards the weak and vulnerable. Despite presiding over a vast and powerful empire, Umar's personal life was the epitome of simplicity and humility. He wore clothes with patches, ate the plainest of food, and often slept on the hard floor of the mosque. He was famous for walking the streets of Madinah at night, in disguise, personally checking on the condition of his people. He wanted to see with his own eyes if anyone was hungry, oppressed, or in need. There is a famous story of him discovering a woman and her crying children who had nothing to eat. Without hesitation, he rushed to the state treasury, hoisted a heavy sack of flour and supplies onto his own back, and carried it to the family himself. When an aide offered to carry it for him, Umar refused, asking, "Will you carry my burden for me on the day of judgment?" This was the essence of his leadership, a profound sense of responsibility not to men, but to Allah. Umar's name became synonymous with justice. His accountability was so profound that he famously said, "If a mule stumbles on the road in Iraq, I fear that Allah will ask me why I did not pave the way for it." This incredible statement reveals a leader who felt responsible for every single soul and even every animal under his care. He knew that true leadership was a sacred trust and that he would have to answer for it before his Creator. In the year 644, this great era came to a tragic end. While leading the dawn prayer in the Prophet's mosque, Umar was attacked by an assassin with a poisoned dagger. Even in his final, painful moments, his primary concern was the future of the Muslim community. He appointed a council of 6 esteemed companions to choose his successor, ensuring a smooth transition and preserving the unity he had worked so hard to build. He passed away at the age of 63 and was granted his final wish to be buried next to his 2 greatest loves, the Prophet Muhammad and Abu Bakr. The life of Umar Ibn Al-Khattab is a timeless lesson in transformation, courage, justice, and humility. From a sworn enemy to Islam's greatest champion, his journey teaches us that true greatness is found in sincere service to God and unwavering commitment to justice. His legacy is not just a chapter in a history book. It's a shining beacon for leaders, believers, and all who seek truth, inspiring generations to live with purpose and integrity. May Allah be pleased with him. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the incredible life of Umar Ibn Al-Khattab. If this story inspired you, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more content that enlightens the heart and mind. We'll see you in the next one.